Our question today is brought to you by Valuate online investment analysis software. Visit getvaluate.com. And our question is, how much does a tenant rep charge? Well, there are pretty set rates that tenant reps typically charge. First of all, if you're a tenant, keep in mind that when developers build buildings, when investors buy office buildings and shopping centers, especially office properties, you build in tenant rep costs because it leases your property faster, and it just makes financial sense to have normal tenant rep fees built into your pro forma when you own a building. So as a tenant, you're typically really not paying for the tenant rep fee. There may be a very small occasions that you are, but you're only going to pick the best deal based on the entire economics of the deal. So even if you pay your tenant rep, if it's the best deal, it's the best deal. But to answer your question, the typical fees will be 1 month's rent and then 4% of the remainder of the initial term. And that's paid typically within 15 or 30 days after the lease is signed, half of it, and the other half within 15 or 30 days after you move in as a tenant. And sometimes it's paid over the term. If you're a smaller tenant and the landlord's not cashing you out, then they may pay your tenant rep 1 month's rent and 5% of the rent thereafter in the initial term, and pay that monthly. As a tenant, it's the best real estate deal you ever get. You keep in mind, landlords, they negotiate leases every minute of every day. They've studied it their entire career. As a tenant, you may do it once every 3, 5, or even 10 years. So it's great to have a tenant rep on your side of the table. If we might be of service as your tenant rep or in any way, you're invited to reach out to us. Ask Michael Bull is brought to you by these great companies. To discover more about their benefits and services, visit creshow.com.